things. Whoa, there was a huge lag there for a second. Oh my god, there still kind of is. What do you want? Oh, I threw my hat. I don't know why, when things get thrown, she thinks she's gonna get beat. Like, she gets scared. It's okay. Go to bed. I'm not talking to you. Go on. Go to bed. Go lie down. You're fine. Whoa, there's a huge lag. Something's wrong with my phone. I thought, okay, it wasn't charging yesterday. It was on the charger all day. It was only on 3%. Okay. And then it was on the charger all last night. I woke up at 50%. And that's because I think that's because I restarted it. Something about it needed restarted. I don't know how that affects the fucking battery. Which means it must be majorly fucked up. And right now I'm recording under the huge, like, visual lag. I don't know if that will show up in the actual video. I said a few things. What was the other things? I just found out I have Duolingo on my phone. Haven't used it in like 3 years. It's still on my phone. My phone reminded me of it because I restarted my phone and it was like, oh, these are your unused apps. And I knew it was Duolingo. I was like, I still have Duolingo, and I went and I checked. Yeah, it was right there. It's been right there this whole time. I opened my phone and I skipped past it and I don't see Duolingo. I had like a mental block for Duolingo. My blind spot, it was not there. There was no Duolingo until they mentioned Duolingo, and now there's Duolingo. It's witchcraft. There was a third thing. I feel weird today. My tongue was bleeding. Like, I have these pimples and my tongue's bleeding. It's fucking disgusting. I just realized I stuck my tongue out and I was like, no, that's gross. Don't show people your tongue. I'm sorry for that one split second I almost stuck my tongue like all the way out. Today's a weird day. My video yesterday uploaded really, really late. Because, I don't know, rendering. My fucking phone had problems. My effing phone had problems, okay? This is negative. Good morning. Happy Saturday? I don't want to check. Let's say it's Saturday. Happy Saturday morning, beautiful people. Happy Saturday morning. No one's going to watch this anymore because the first 2 minutes were such a disaster. My top's all backwards. I'm gonna pause for a quick second. I'm back. The vibe has shifted. Hi, sweetheart. The vibe has shifted. I'm wearing this weird green top with this weird gray top. My head kind of hurts. I had a dream last night. Oh, you wanted to hear about it? Really? I mean, some people pretend that they hate hearing about dreams, but I know everybody loves hearing about dreams. I love hearing about other people's dreams because it's like I'm looking into their psyche. Mine are usually stress dreams. Ew, my hands are so greasy right now. The dream I had, well, actually, I'm someone who like wakes up and then falls back asleep and then wakes up and then falls back asleep and then I wake up and then I fall back asleep. And then because of that, if I sleep like a full night, I don't really remember my dreams, but I guess because my sleep cycle is being interrupted, I have a lot of different dreams, and I remember, oh my god, and I remember them all, well, mostly. A lot of weird shit happened, but I just remember when I was downstairs, just then, because I was getting another cup of tea, that, in my dream, I was like a model, like a first time model, and I was like wearing this dress, and I was like auditioning for, some, like, big, like, what would you call it? Like a brand, you know? Like Mugler. YSL. And like the main guy who like owned the whatever was sitting there watching me and a bunch of established models. We were walking up and down on this runway, and we were like going like upstairs and then like around, and then it looped back down. And I only went around once, and then I went into this room and like my family was in there, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Do I loop back around again? He didn't tell me how many times to do it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. And they were like, I don't know. I think you're fine. I was like, okay, but I don't know what I'm doing. And then he like liked me. He thought that I was very sexy. He thought that I was very good at being a model. And then a lot of other sad stuff happened that's unrelated to that side plot. About dead people and dead animals, dogs, natural disasters, etc. Your laundry getting wet. But that wasn't even a positive dream, because I knew in the dream that he must have been on crack or something to think that I was good at modeling. First of all, I'm short. Second of all, I think I'm considered fat for a model, especially for like a big like YSL. Third of all, it was like a ruse in my head, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to keep it up. And then, literally like 5 minutes later in the dream, I'm like causing a flood because I left a faucet on outside because I had to clean up my dog's shit, and then it got water everywhere. It's like a whole thing. When I was younger, I used to have reoccurring dreams where I was being chased by monsters over and over and over again. I'd be in the kitchen of my house, there'd be a dinosaur outside from Jurassic Park. You know the scene where where the kids are in the car and the dinosaur is like looking at them? It would be like that, but I'd be in my kitchen hiding under my table. I would be in my primary school. Ghosts would be chasing me. And the doors would turn into brick walls. And then the hallways would turn into a maze off like a wooden fence, and behind the wooden, well, I could hear a dog barking as it chased me, a big scary dog, but I would never see the dog. I would just feel its presence and hear it bark. And then whenever I get to the end of that, I'd be in a clearing, and then there would be a giant chasing me at that point. I had that dream like every single night. When I was like, I don't know, a kid. Ages 5 to 10, 12. No, it's like the same dream, but it's more complex. You know, I'm working at a fancy clothing store, where they take the poor people, they spy on people and they see the people who can't afford clothes and they put them through these exit doors that don't really put them outside. They put them into this like Amish village where people get sacrificed to a bear. That's a dream I had and it was horrifying. I went through the tunnel because they found out I was poor. And I got fucking murdered by a bear, and that's one of my biggest fears. I think even saying the word BEAR like conjures it to me, like I'm manifesting something of that sort happening. So I don't often talk about it. So I think I'm very good at manifesting, accidentally. Every time I get deja vu, is anyone else like this where every time you get deja vu, it's not like, oh, this happened before, but it's more like, this happened in a dream before. Like I remember a dream where this happened. And it always comes true. It's like, I'll be sitting there and be like, oh, I dreamt this before. Someone's going to come through that door. And someone's like, huh? And then someone comes through the door. And I'm shocked and horrified. But it's often a dream I don't remember until the deja vu happens. And then I remember the whole dream. I'm trying something different for my makeup today. I don't care. I need to wipe my hands on a tile. Can we pretend that this video is starting over again and I'm like getting like a burst of energy? Like I do like, let me pretend that it's happening. Like let me pretend that I have energy and then maybe I'll have energy. Maybe I'll have energy. I don't know what to talk about right now. It's like I'm talking fast, but there's no thoughts in my head. There's no thoughts in my head, so what am I going to talk about, huh? Every time I drink this tea, it tastes cold despite being hot. If a tea isn't burning my fucking mouth, it doesn't taste hot. Why is my tongue bleeding? A lot of questions I have today. Don't look at my pimples. Please subscribe. Don't look at my pimples and please subscribe. Or stare directly at them. I don't care what you do if you subscribe. Please, 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 please. We're like best friends. We're fucking friends, dog. I subscribe to you. Oops. I burp in front of you and everything. Some people pay good money for burp content. And you're just sitting here watching it. So can you please subscribe? Before I start charging. That's so mean and negative. Positivity. Positivity. Be positive. Don't look at my teeth from this angle. Just from straight ahead. Do you see the dent in my eyebrows, how it goes inwards and there's nothing? I spent many a minute trying to fix that dent in my eyebrow. Indent. Right here. It goes inwards. It goes down. Nothing I do fucking fixes it. Nothing! Please hold. I ran out of stuff to talk about. I did a little picture yesterday, probably. I mean, I don't know. I'm looking at my sketchbook right now. I don't really remember what I did yesterday. I was really, really tired and I went out and I bought chocolate, even though I'm meant to be like on a diet. But it's like, what are you on a diet for? What are you dying for? So you can fit into your clothes? Pussy. So you can fit into your clothes? My little pony. My little pony, my little ponytails. My throat's fucked up. You know why? Because it's early in the morning. It's early in the morning, so my throat is fucked up. My little ponytails. This is the picture I drew yesterday. You were here for that. You were here for it. Yesterday. I don't know if you're here for it today. This is a self-portrait. Like came out way more like, it came out kind of like anime, like 90s, like Aeon Flux, Klasky Chupo type. Very pointy. And a surrounding of some ponies. My little ponytails. But like really ugly, because I was trying to take that My Little Ponytails version of the ponies and like try to exaggerate them, but I don't think I could. I should just be drawing them the way that they look, you know? I should just be drawing them the way that they look. If I put my hair behind me, does it look... Also, I hope you appreciate that whenever I talk to you, I'm kind of hunched over. This is me sitting up straight. You can't really see me. Ooh. Sitting up straight, it like stretched these muscles. That's why I shivered. Because I could feel them like stretching. Oh! Ow. Oh. Oh, okay. So I have stress dreams and a very tense neck problem. Not all of us are perfect. God. Some of us are stressed out about nothing. Nothing! I'm stressed out about you, bitch. Whore? No. I didn't mean that. I'm just lashing out. Because I'm stressed. Apparently. Imagine how powerful that'd be if I lived somewhere where like weed was legal. Imagine how much stupider I'd be. Cause I'd be addicted, dog. I think isn't it if you live somewhere where weed is legal, isn't it? It's still difficult to get it right because you have to be prescribed it by a doctor, right? Or if it's legal, but it's legal for like medical uses, right? Or is it just legal like you can walk into a store and buy it, like Amsterdam? There's something in my eye. How many people go to Amsterdam without ever smoking weed in their life and then they order something from a cafe that's got like more weed than they can handle in it and then they freak out and don't know what to do because they're not in a country that they recognize? and they feel like they're dying. I think about this often. Many like 16-year-olds who've never smoked weed in their life, or even like older, are like, yeah, let's go to Amsterdam. It's fucking crazy. Weed's legal there. I'm gonna order a weed tea at a cafe. And then they drink it. And then they like smoke a fat blunt. And then they like pass out. And they wake up and they're like, what the fuck? I think that was laced. Also, do you think anybody who's in Amsterdam, like, do you think there are people who live there who aren't tourists? Because it must be full of tourists. I don't know anymore, but like, maybe like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Do you think it was just full of tourists? Like, I wouldn't be able to live in a place that was full of tourists. I can barely live. Anyway, I drew some muscle guys. I don't know this guy's name. Pretty certain he's a Mexican wrestler. The two images that I found on Pinterest of him have him like on a magazine that said Santos on it. So I think that's his name, or the name of the magazine. If he has a name, he has an S on his forehead for Santos. Is there a dog in the hallway or a person? This is a game I play often. Hello? It's gotta be a dog. It's gotta be a dog. But see, now I'm not confident talking anymore because I feel like there's someone listening to me being crazy. My self-image could be damaged. Yeah. My Little Ponytails. It was a dog. That's so confusing. Because it was a dog that doesn't like to be on her own. It was a dog that follows people about the house. So why was she out there on her own? What's she running from? Maybe she did something. No. That dog has no concept of like punishment. She would like rip something up in front of you and you try to punish her for it and she would just look at you like no reaction. God, some people are like so slow. And by punish, by the way, I mean like, what did you do? Look at what you did. Which for some people, like my anxious little baby over there, that's enough. She's like showing me her stomach. She's crying. And I'm like, oh, it's okay, baby. It's okay. I give in like immediately. If she pees in the house, I don't even yell at her for it because she already feels guilty. Like, look at her body language. Her tail is down. She's cowering. She's beside the door. So she does want out. And it was my fault for not for letting her go off on her own. You know, it was my fault for not watching her to see the signs that she needed out to pee or poop outside. Because as a dog owner, you're pretty responsible for that little... It's just an animal, dog. It's just an animal. You're the person in the relationship. It's like people with children expect their children to act like adults, and then they themselves act like children. You're the adult. It doesn't matter what your kid does, bro. You're the adult. You're responsible. Be responsible, dog. If my dog poops in the house, it's my fault. It's all on me. But if she... What does she do that I would punish? If she tries to start fights. If she bit a person. Then I would be like, I'd punish her. But she did it because she was stressed. And I guess put her in that... Like I should predict stressful situations and then get her out of the way, put her in another room. It's about avoiding things like that rather than, I don't know, she bites a person and then I have to punish her for it, even though being around people for her is already a punishment. People who aren't me, it's already a punishment for her. So she's feeling stressed, she's feeling anxious, and then what? I yell at her? It just doesn't feel right to me. I'm eating chocolate, bitch. This video is horrible. This is my worst one yet. Yesterday, that video was my best one yet. This one, god awful. Stop trying. Get real. Come here. Come here. Hi. Back to Santos, which, by the way, I don't think is his full name. Can I be real about that? I don't think that's his full name. I paused for like 1 minute and then I sat here in silence, eating chocolate, because I had like a full like mental... I was like mentally exhausted, I was physically exhausted, I had to just sit and think. And what I thought about in those moments, as my whole life flashed before my eyes, was that when I was younger, I used to have like 2 VHS tapes. Okay, 2 tapes that I would watch over and over and over and over again. My Little Pony Tales. And actually, I think I had like, what was it called? Like Butterfly Island or some shit. Wishes? Wait, Secret Wishes. It was, cause what was that pony who like made wishes? You know, she would like make a wish and then a kite would appear. And she'd try to catch the kite and then her wish would come true or some shit. I would watch that over and over again, but that's like, I think, I don't know if I had that on tape or DVD. I don't really remember how I watched it. I just remember watching it a lot. But what I had on tape was My Little Pony Tales and Eight-Legged Freaks. Eight-Legged Freaks, the movie about giant spiders. And me and my sister would watch these over and over and over and over again. Eight-Legged Freaks especially, but I like My Little Pony Tales. My Little Pony Tales. I don't know why because we were like little 6-year-olds, 3-year-olds maybe. I think we were like 4. Or maybe I was 4 and she was 5. But we would watch Eight-Legged Freaks over and over and over again. Because we didn't know that it was a parody movie. We didn't know it was satire. I honest to God didn't know it was satire until like a year ago when I watched a review of it and they were calling it a satire movie. And I was like, oh, this whole time Eight-Legged Freaks was satire? I thought it was just a bad movie. I thought it was just a really cheesy, terrible movie about giant spiders taking over. And there were certain scenes in that movie that still like stick with me today, like the scene of the 2, I want to say elderly, but they were probably only like in their 40s, like. But the memory I have of being like a 4 or 5-year-old watching it was that they were elderly, okay? 2 people sitting on their sofas eating, or was it just one woman eating popcorn or something, but she wasn't looking at the popcorn. And so she like lifts one and there's a spider on it and she doesn't see if there's a spider on it. And then she puts it in her mouth and next time we see her, she's like hollowed from the inside out. The next time we see her, a giant spider has eaten her, I think. And I don't know, as a 5-year-old, I thought that was pretty eerie. Like, it made me always look at my food intensely, what I was eating. Well, not intensely, I wasn't like paranoid. But it still like made me look at my food. Even though the movie was a satire, okay. As a little baby child, I got something from it. If you don't look at your food while you're eating it, there might be a bug on it, and then a bigger bug might come, which is unrelated to the smaller bug. Probably. and it might kill you. Also, I don't know, finding out that that movie was a satire, it made me feel like everything made sense, but at the same time, I was like, oh, of course it's satire. I didn't notice it. Like, I felt kind of sad that I didn't even notice it was not a serious spider movie. But to be fair, there are so many garbage movies like that exist. Like, sincerely exist. And I've seen them probably. Along Came a Spider. I don't even remember that movie. Oh, I think I just remembered the movie. I don't know how to shade this guy, and these markers suck. Anyway, and My Little Pony Tales and the intro, I don't even remember any specific episode. I just remember it was on a tape that had My Little Pony Tales, and it had like a Barbie thing from the 80s, which I don't think we ever watched the Barbie portion of that tape. We just watched My Little Pony. My Little Pony Tales. And so I loved that version of My Little Pony, and I grew up in the 2000s, which was the era of Butterfly Island. I don't know if that's what it was called, but I remember there being an island, and I remember there being butterflies, and like a roller coaster, and there was, what the fuck was her name? Secret Wishes? Kite Wishes? And the princess. It wasn't Princess Celestia. This bitch was white. And she flew. I don't know if she had wings. And I thought she was so majestic and gorgeous, and she had such like a serene voice. When I was young, I was like transfixed by her voice because it was so calm, and I was like, oh, this is like an otherworldly creature. Like, to these horses, this horse is like an alien, just by how like calm her voice was. My little ponytails, my little ponytails. I don't think this is the best color. I mean, it's already on there. It's already done. I don't know if I should get a black pen or if I should just get a pencil. A darker pencil. Because that's what I've been doing recently. I've been using pencils instead of pens. Because I thought I could get black ink and then do like a cartoonish thing. But it turns out I was wrong, and sometimes it looks bad. Where is my pencil? Where's my pencil? It was literally here a second ago. Oh, it's here. I find it. It's EB. It's an EB pencil, bitch. Ew. My little ponytails. I loved how like even the boys in that show were feminine. You know what I mean? The intro, I don't even know if it was like an 80s show, but the intro is the most 80s thing ever. Just my little pony, my little ponytails. Yeah, I never like was into the modern. It's not even modern anymore, but like the last. People call them generations, which I guess makes sense because there's been a lot. the last generation of My Little Pony. I'm still into my vintage ponies. And all of my vintage pony toys. And I'm glad I kind of wasn't, because the amount of porn that you would. What the fuck did I just do with his hand? The amount of porn you would find. The amount of porn children has found by being like, you know, they're kids, fans of a kids show, and they go online and they search up this kids show, and they're greeted with porn that old man made. Which, I don't know. How would you get a hobby that isn't that, sir? And people who defend, like, I feel like pedophilia in those circles is rampant, despite the fact that they're always like, no, I just think the horses are sexy. I'm not trying to get children into this. Shut up. Yes, you are. And it's like, I didn't even want to talk about My Little Pony for ages, because from a young age I knew the bronies existed. And I didn't want to be associated with that, despite being a fan of the older series for nostalgia purposes. Which I don't even think the butterfly thing, that wasn't a series, right? That was just like a series of like books and movies that came out, but there wasn't a show around that time. And there was a shitload of toys, dog. Shitload of toys and online games based on those movies and books and stuff. They kept that franchise alive, and I was here for it. Flash games on the internet that I was too young to understand how to play. I tried looking for those Flash games, I think in a minute. I remember back. And I don't remember what I was talking about. I could have exaggerated this dude more. Also, I don't think I understand how belts work. What's going on here? Like, I get that it's a tool belt that he wears with his, like, you wouldn't call those boxers, would you? It's like underwear. Boxing. Whoa, are they called boxers because boxers wear them? It's like wrestling garb. Wrestling shorts, like skate shorts. I'm so excited to get my computer. Because as you know, my only access to the internet right now, or any kind of digital anything, is my phone. I don't have anything else. And whenever I get my computer, I'm going to be animating. and uploading animations to this channel. I'm not making a separate channel. Because, bitch, I'm trying to get traffic to this channel, even though I'm pretty sure some people won't like it because they'll be only here for like animations and art, and then I'll do videos where I fucking just talk, and then people will fucking hate them because they're here for the art content, which I love. I'd rather you be here for art content than for me talking. But yeah, regardless, I'm gonna post everything on this channel. And I'm so excited to do digital drawing. Even though I love filling out my little sketchbook. Drawing a little picture in my little picture book. Also, if I can screen record, bitch, I'm gonna be playing Flash games. I'm gonna be doing Let's Plays. I tried to screen record playing Half-Life on my laptop and Simpsons Hit and Run, but it never worked. It would record, but it would just be blank the whole time. It was something was wrong. It was like a laptop problem. It wasn't a me problem for once. My laptop was just bad at it. By the way, I don't have a reference, so I just have to guess like where this shading would be. Whoops. I could have at least looked at the reference before I started. Taking a little glance at it. Just gonna draw in the muscles, I think. I don't remember how they are. Yeah, so this is like this muscle, right? And then that, like, I did the two main ones. And then how they're divided, I don't remember. Okay, let's just do some nonsense. That looks nonsensical. What if I just did that? Who cares? My little ponytails. I'm overworking this drawing to shit. But I'm nervous to go on to the next one because I've already ruined it. By the way, I'm using a blue because I'm like, okay, I don't think I can mess it up anymore, so I'm just going to use like Painter Logic and put some blue to cool down those brown shadows. Which some of the shadows don't make sense, I understand that. I don't have a reference in front of me. I'm not even really thinking about this. I'm just, like, logically, I'm just coloring in while I talk. And it's been a while since I've actually looked at human anatomy. It's been like 2 years, dog. You forget stuff. Not everything, just most. Mostly everything. The hair doesn't need to be blue. Don't act like an idiot. What color is his mask? I think his mask is blue, right? I'll look at the reference for that. But not his body. It's either blue or red. I feel like it would be inappropriate to color his mask something that's like not his color. Like misbrand him. Bigger. Too big, too big, too big, too big, too big. Whoops, gotta even it out now. I don't fucking know. I don't even know what's going on. And then I got a red. What is this color? Maroon. You total maroon. Red. What color is this? Red, orange. Alright. Alright, enough of that. And then I'm gonna like put the red where the shading meets the other stuff. Guys, I'm a professional. I'm a professional. I studied the class of my own intuition. I sold 2 paintings. I made $50 my whole life. I'm a professional at coloring and color theory. This looks like butt. Well, it's not that bad if I actually like. Why does my camera look glazed over? Does that do anything? I kind of want to put a black. I'm stretching. I kind of want to put a black outline on the outside of it. On the outside of him. I can't erase that with this dumbass eraser. Yeah, whatever. What if I just get a black coloring pencil? That's me sharpening it, by the way, with the world's worst sharpener. That noise. Oops, broke it. It's one of them crank ones. What a crank. They never work, but it's the only thing I have right now. I'm borrowing it. Cause I had like 50 sharpeners. I don't know where the hell they all went. That's good enough. If I sharpen it anymore, it'll fall out again somehow. Whoa, oh. Okay, I'll be right back. A sharpener that doesn't work. Okay. Well, maybe I should get my pen and go over it in pen. Maybe I should get my pen and go over it in pen. But then there's the question of what kind of pen should I use? Should I use a fine tip? Should I use a gel pen? Should I use a Sharpie? Should I use whatever this is? Should I use an ink pen? Should I use a marker? A felt tip? A fine liner? A handwriting pen? So many questions. So many options. I guess I'm gonna use this one, although I don't have any faith in it. It's too sharp. No, I already don't like it. I already don't like it. It's too sharp. What about this one? It's a handwriting pen. No. I guess this one. Softer. It's a felt tip. I keep eating too much. Well, the past 2 days I've eaten too much. Just past 2 days. And 3 days. Past 3 days. Yeah, today, yesterday, and the day before. I've been eating Doritos and chocolate, and I keep, every night, I'm like, okay, well, tomorrow, I never exercise, so why don't I just go on the treadmill for a little bit, just having a slow, relaxed walk on the treadmill. It's slow, it's easy, it's low commitment. All I have to do, I don't even have to change my clothes. I can literally just get on the treadmill. I can put like YouTube on my phone or something and slowly walk while watching a nice YouTube video or Netflix, because I have Netflix on my phone also, although I rarely watch it. I feel like there's nothing on Netflix. Netflix is kind of garbage. It's like you can spend forever searching for something to watch on Netflix, but what you really want to watch is actually on Disney Plus. And it always will be. I could just take a nice relaxed little stroll with a drink in my hand, some water, maybe some iced coffee, and just like wear my slippers even, and just have a nice little stroll on the treadmill while watching Netflix. Maybe I will do that. See, talking about it makes it easier. If I just were to like have the idea in my head, it would be a lot harder to do it, because I've been thinking this for the past ages. It's so hard just to do things. Just to be like, okay, I'm just going to get on the treadmill and have a nice little stroll for, let's say, 20 minutes. You don't even have to go outside, you know? It's exercise in the home. And I know I say all the time that I like do yoga. And by yoga, it's just like one stretch into like a plank position, like an upward stretch, and then downward into a plank position on my arms. I do a couple of push-ups, and then I hold a plank. I do those, like, what are they called, mountain climbers? Spider-Man. And then I stand up. I stand up with a squat. And that's basically like my whole exercise. I try to touch my toes a couple of times because I got really stiff muscles. And my hip bone's fucked up, so it's like really necessary to just do stretches like that, but that's not really exercise. That's just kind of lightly using my muscles. I'm not building any muscle. I'm just lightly using them because otherwise I wouldn't be. What do I do with this? This is actually, walking away and coming back to this, I realize that it's actually good. Right now I'm debating whether to eat a piece of chocolate or put a mint in my mouth. I really am thinking, oh, hang on, because I've got like minty mints, but then I've got ones that are like strawberry menthols. These Mentho Plus things are like 30p, and they're really fucking good. Fresh plus soft, question mark? This one says extra strong, so I'm gonna take one of these. These ones taste like nothing. And they're also clear. I wish they had added like some kind of color to these ones. Because the other ones are this red that makes them look absolutely delicious. I don't know why they're sticky. They're not usually sticky. But that looks kind of gross, you know? Maybe if they colored them blue or, oh, no, green. Because it tastes green, but I don't think green's very appetizing. Red and pink are very appetizing colors. Maybe yellow. I don't know, but just clear. It doesn't look very appetizing or good to me. Woof. I need to draw more men. I'm out of practice. Should his belly button be up here? Why is his belly button down here? Are men's belly buttons lower? Why is his belly button? Same here for here too. It's way down here. I know it shouldn't be like in the middle, but it should be like here, right? But in this one, I've got it really low. I've got questions for myself in the past. Big beefy legs. Hell yeah. Should I outline them in red or purple? Because I'm feeling maroon. It's kind of... I'm gonna go red. This is red orange. Where's red? I already used it today. Did I not? Oh, red's darker than I thought it was. It's coming out pink. Red rouge? I don't have red. I don't have a normal red. French vermilion is purple. I mean orange. Why did I say purple? French vermilion is orange. Scarlet is kind of like a pinkish red. Even though it should just be red. I've got no red. I had the same problem with my oil paints. I thought I had red oil paint. Turns out, bitch, I had orange oil paint. It says red on it, but it's orange, and it made it impossible to mix colors. So I had to stop oil painting. And I haven't since because I fucking don't have a red oil paint, and I have to go buy more paints, and I've just been putting it off because I'm saving to buy a computer. You know my whole life story. I'm saving to buy a computer. Okay, thank you very much. Let's use red orange because it's more red than the red. I'm outlining him in red for fun, by the way. For funsies. Excuse me. I remember he had this big muscle that came up from his knee in the reference image that I looked at yesterday. Excuse me. Well, what the hell's going on here? There's no way his leg is actually tapers in like that. But I guess we'll never know. What am I gonna do? Pause the video and go look at the reference? No. I'm gonna keep drawing, bitch. Yeah, I shouldn't attempt details without looking at the reference image first, because look at what happened to the last one. I mean, it's fine, but it's not exactly great, is it? I have a headache. Let's be positive. I love life. I love drawing. I love self-expression. What did I just do to him? I like drawing little pictures in my little picture book. Yikes. Someone bite his heads off. Also, his feet aren't in this reference image, so I just made them up. Terribly. It looks like he's wearing socks. Do Mexican wrestlers wear socks? No, they wear wrestling boots, but why does it look like he's wearing socks? There's no way his shorts are actually grey. This is a very stiff pose. They're both very stiff poses. My shadow's in the way. That's why the flash is always on. Well. Damn, dude, that's crazy. Damn, dude, that's crazy. That's so crazy. I don't know. See you later, I guess.